Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back again with another review for the Challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies 37. This is episode 13. Yes, episode 13. So we're gonna jump right into it and get started. Previous elimination, Bettina went home and Emmy joins the Sapphire team. So Amanda's now on Ruby team and Emmy is on Sapphire team. As soon as the episode starts, we can see that the Ruby team is not that happy about Amanda being on their side because they all of the members really on the Ruby team, besides Big T, really expressed that they think Amanda doesn't care about the game. Nelson says Amanda takes the challenge as a joke. She does not take it seriously, and she's not serious about the game as a whole.
She's just there for a vacation, and I wouldn't say she does. She doesn't. No, she does care, but I feel like she doesn't care to the extent where she has to actually put in the work. I think she just wants to skate by doing the bare minimum. And so everybody else sees it as her just not caring and her being lazy.
And Amanda sees how they're not welcoming her. And so she's like, if they keep acting like this, then forget them. And now she's not going to try for them because you still need her to work hard on your team. So, even if they have some type of like disdain or anger at her being on a team, they need to try not to show it while you need somebody to work for your team. We see like how Josh and what's his name, Logan, are super close as well. I think they kind of showed it before in previous episodes how they were close, but this episode we see a little more about how they have like a bond. Corey mentions to Nelson how they need to step up in the challenge. They need to get it together because they are on the line. And he's like, Josh is being shady.
It's the whole double standard. Like you can't fault me for something and then turn around and do it yourself.
Yeah,
like, that's how it works. And by us all, and I feel like Corey just had a bunch of valid points. It's like you made a game move, so it's like when you people, I don't know, because people don't know how to detach personal from game, but at the same time, when the game starts to get like personal, that's when it's like raises a bunch of red flags. And I feel like Corey stayed true to the alliance or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I think it was all about principle for Corey. I think he was just like, it's the principle of the fact that we supposed to have this truth, yet y'all are catering to the rookies versus them like y'all taking out vets, but we have three rookies that haven't even besides Emmanuel, I don't know. It's just I think it's accessible the thing.
I agree. I think this whole episode showed that generally, mostly everybody in the challenge is pretty much kind of a hypocrite unless it, especially when it comes to things that don't like if it don't benefit them, because they just getting on Corey's case about being so close with the rookies and you playing for Jeremiah, you helping out the rookies, but Josh, you literally saying you gonna protect Logan, and why is that not the same thing when you met Logan a few weeks ago, just the same as Corey met these other rookies a few weeks ago, and you guys known each other before this. So the vet alliance is obviously out the window when it comes to people you want to protect, but when it comes to people like Corey who is not in your alliance, you're like, I need to protect Logan, whatever.
I think what it boils down to for Josh, and I feel like I said it before, I think he's too worried about the final, which is, I still don't think he's going to make the final, but I think his concern, because he's protected, like this game, I'll give it to him, like everybody's been protecting him. That whole Emerald Cell, like their numbers, they don't even have numbers per se. It's just they are being protected by each other. So Josh is in a position, because the way they edited Josh to make it seem like he's the number one on the call sheet when it's not the case. Like all decisions are factoring through him, like he's the big dog, and that's not the case. I feel like Josh is being protected and is going to his head because he want to get to that final. So
yeah,
he's playing that like I'm not being friends with people because I want to make it to the final.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel
And
like
they're so
people,
much like,
yeah.
it's finally my time to make it to the final. And I'm just so confused. Like, these people have not even been here this long. And we ain't heard not one confessional of Nani talking about something. It's finally my time. And you've been here for so much longer. And Josh and KC are all like, I gotta do it. I've been here like, okay, you've been here like 3 seasons for Casey.
Y'all get
But
6, 7, then y'all can start saying it's my time to win.
yeah, Corey, it's about your time, Corey. I can see it. So they get to the daily challenge and they'll be doing it in their cells and their teams. And basically, it is a kind of like a half of a sunken ship underwater. And it has 150 foot long rope tangled throughout the rails of the boat, and the team has to jump in, get the rope untangled, and then drag the rope to shore with the chest that is at the bottom attached to the rope. And then once they get it all to shore past the line, they have to open the chest and put their gem in the placeholder. So that is so signifying their time and cutting off their time. I think it was a pretty straightforward challenge. It wasn't really no twist or anything to it. Emerald goes first, and the editing tried to make it seem like Emerald has such a hard time. Well, I guess they did have a hard time. But again, to make these challenges fair, they need to be sitting people out. Yeah. Emerald has 6 fully capable, fully able-bodied people helping to untangle this rope, while what's the name? Sapphire has 4 and Ruby has 5. It is not fair for them to have 5 people, 4 people to your 6 people. It is not fair at all. So yeah,
Kyle said that in the aftermath too. He was like,
who said that?
It boiled down, huh?
Who said that?
Kyle. He's like, it just boiled down to we didn't have the manpower to do what we needed to do. It was
like Sapphire has 2 women and 2 men. Emerald has 3 men, I think, 3 women. It just really wasn't fair. I don't understand the rules and why they would think this would be an okay format not to sit people out. It really doesn't make sense. Shows have been doing a similar team format for years, for decades. And they have always been like, okay, you have to sit 2 people out. It just makes no sense.
Even in the past, when they had uneven number teams, there's like, y'all need to have somebody go twice. Like,
yeah. So I don't
know why. Like, I'm not understanding. One, this challenge was lackluster.
Yeah, because it was nothing to it. Untangle the rope.
Untangled, it was like,
I thought that there was going to be puzzle pieces in the chest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, give me something to like.
Yeah, I feel
like, again, I felt like Ruby team was cheated because of Amanda, because I feel like Ruby won.
So after the entire challenge happens, they make it seem like they're like, oh, the top 2 teams are Emerald and Ruby, but it's like, come on, baby, let's go. I know what it is. Emerald won. I was like, okay, I'm tired of Emerald winning. And they're so like, oh, we won. We want to keep us together, blah, blah. I'm like, you have 6 people. This is not a real win. It's not a real win. I don't care what you're saying. It's not a real win. Because it was unfair. It was cheating, really. Then they get back to the house. Well, they do like a scene at the nightclub. I don't know the scene at the nightclub. Devin I don't know why Josh. I don't know why Josh even had that conversation with Corey about not throwing him in, or like, don't be worried. I was like, you should be worried. Like, why even come over here and lie to me? But I can't, you knew the writing on the wall. I was like, maybe they will stick to the truth and they'll pick to put Logan in. But the way Josh was acting like Logan was his long lost brother, I was like, yeah, I don't think they put.
I knew they wasn't gonna choose Logan is because it's the same thing with Emmy, like in Emmanuel. These are their pets. Like they do exactly what the vets want them to.
Emerald picks, and Emerald ends up picking for Corey to go down. And so Corey sees the writing on the wall. So veteran truce is over. So anything after that, if they ever mention the veteran truce again, it's like, last week Corey left. Like, they did you trying to play in my face? like Corey said, what are we talking about? Again, Corey, they did Corey wrong, but Corey makes fundamental mistakes as well. He don't know how to be what's the word? Like spies, lies, and allies. He don't really
He
know
don't
how
know
to be.
how to be fake. Like he
Yeah, he
just,
don't know. He said fake.
yeah, he
Yeah, he
just
don't know how to be fake or
transparent.
sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't know how to be fake or sneaky. And while that is a commendable trait in like real life, but in a game like this, you need to know how to be like Josh and lie in front of somebody's face and then go behind them and put them in the challenge, because that's the way it works. Corey comes in here like, sorry, bro, I'm putting you in. What?
Again, I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like you can play the game that way. You can play an honest and fair game.
But he you can play honest and fair game in the sense of don't say anything.
Yeah.
Corey says everything. Like you like, okay,
But he was
honest
a
and
little
fair
bit
is
better this
like,
season.
huh?
He was better this season when not saying
Well,
everything.
he was a little bit better because usually he talked too much. But
Yeah.
like the way he plays is that, yeah, we consider you an honest and fair player because you don't backstab people, but you
Yeah.
also go out of your way and tell people your plans.
Yeah.
That is his downfall. That's what makes him lose every season, I believe.
But I feel like even, but the way, again, one, Corey said it himself, he was checked out. And I think he, after when he first went down, I think that's when he really checked out. Because it was like the vets kind of threw, like, I feel like he was just getting too much flack from the vets. So it really just, again, just
He
like
needed to switch
Patina.
teams. That's one person that really needed a team switch. At elimination, Corey comes down and we know he's not picking Nelly to go against. We know that. We kind of knew he wasn't picking CT. And he ends up picking, I'm sorry, Corey ends up picking Logan to come down to the sand with him. So during the challenge rope burn, they are each on these like giant balls. Each have to stand on these giant balls, and they have a long rope, a length of rope in between them, a thick rope, and they have, the goal is like tug of war. They're gonna pull, and they're trying to pull until one of the unlock. They're trying to pull until their opponent falls off. So it's best 2 out of 3 for whoever gets the other person to fall off the ball. And it's called rope burn because they came over and set the rope on fire unnecessarily. It was really no point in setting the rope on fire, because literally once they got to tugging and swiping and everything, the fire went out. So I was like, y'all just want some theatrics. Like, no need for the rope to be on fire. But I mean, if Corey wouldn't have got tired, I think he could have pulled it off. But the first round, they really both tired themselves out. And Corey had what's his name? Logan almost off that ball a couple of times, but he kept like stopping, and then Logan got a chance to get his energy back and get back up. But Corey, whenever Corey would try to get his self together and he failed, Logan was ready. So I think that
I
was
thought it was a snake for that one. When Corey was resting, Logan pulled the rope, which Corey didn't expect. It was like, come on, I thought they had some type of,
no. Ain't no rest, ain't no sleep. Like what? I don't know why he did that. I guess he thought, I mean, I know why he did that. I think he thought Logan was rested too.
Yeah,
But like,
I feel like Corey thought, even I would have assumed like, okay, we got to understand, this game, let's, just wiggle it out real quick.
no. Ain't no understanding. This is for money. Like,
But yeah, I felt like, and then Corey, like Corey said, he missing the whole ACL, so he didn't have balance to begin with. So yeah, I think if it was like a box, then it would have probably been different. But since it's like a whole a sphere, yeah, it's kind of hard to like kind of gauge your weight and balance it out.
Logan got Corey off the ball twice, and so that makes him the winner 2-0, and Corey loses this elimination. So Corey sent home. I'm sad to see his time end, especially because these vets betrayed him. And yeah, I'm sad to see that. But like, I like that, Nelly came down. He went home this time. He didn't pick Nelson, and hopefully Nelson can make it far this time. This is the first time Nelson has ever made it past Corey, I think. Right?
I think so.
Yeah. I think this is the first time Nelson has ever made it past Corey, been in this game by himself. So I hope Nelson makes it pretty far. So when it is time for Logan to pick what team to go on, He says he is not going back to Ruby, even though they had made a pact to stick with Ruby strong. But he said he's not going to infiltrate the green team because, like he said, he is basically doing whatever Emerald said, whatever Josh and them say. And so he's not going to infiltrate their team because they want to be together or whatever. And so he decides to go on Sapphire team and he switches out Kyle. So Kyle is back on Ruby and Logan takes his place. Kyle definitely did not want to be on Ruby. He tried to leave Ruby. Now he's back on Ruby. So that's what he gets. Yeah, so I mean, it was a fine episode. Like it was meh. It wasn't really much to it. The challenge was straightforward. Wasn't nothing to the challenge. This one was like whatever. It wasn't nothing. Kind of saw the writing on the wall. As far as the next episode, I'm ready to see it. The green team is so cocky about, oh, our team is so strong, but it makes me think of War of the Worlds 2. Was that War of the Worlds 2? When they thought they were so strong because they had the most people, but it really was a hindrance because y'all had so many people, y'all had to carry all that weight, and then the UK team just was running on by because they only had 4 people. Thanks guys for watching our review. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on our next video. Peace.